Hello everybody, welcome back to the SBGameFun channel. We are on the last, I believe, the last episode of Frozen Wilds. Or maybe another episode that I might squeeze in, trying to figure out if I miss any quests and stuff like that. But yeah, we beat the fire claw creature on the last episode, and CYAN destroyed the facility, escaped to some location. And let's take a look at the map, see where it's sending us. Yeah, it's sending us all the way literally across the entire Frozen Wilds here map. Yeah, see, I think that's it right there. Return to the retreat. So we can fast travel. Oh wow, there's a thunderclaw, thunderclaw, big giant crab, thunder jaw here, and then there's I think some cattle, whatever you call those guys. God, I can't remember any of those names, man. Alright, so I think I'm going to pop over to this one right, or I actually could run it. Let's run it. If we run into creatures, we will see if we can get around them. Whoa. Man, just right when I think... Can I go up this way here? Get across the mountains? Yes. Or at least attempt to get across them. From higher vantage point? Ooh. Be one with the mountain. Be one with the mountain. Oh yeah, look at that. She's almost camouflaged. They shouldn't be able to see me. Yeah, see? Ah! Whoops. Can I get a little higher? Holy cow. I could jump. Nope. I thought I could get away with it. Nope. Ooh, yes. Okay, it's going to see me. I'm almost certain of it. Can I make it up here? Oh, yes. I'm jumping. I'm doing the Half-Life thing, jumping like a lunatic. Okay, let's take a look at this here. Okay. There's no way to avoid it, so let's just...
The scrapes.
Let's just run. Yeah. Yeah, don't you get your eyes on me. Crazy robots. Automatons. That's funny. I'm thinking just now how the way the story is written, that the quote unquote, however you want to describe it, the sentient being or the AI takes over the planet and destroys the biosphere. Kind of like what a lot of people are talking about right now. I think Elon Musk and a number of other people who are trying to talk about that we should slow it down just a tad and talk about how we need to not go crazy with this, because we might end up seeing Cyberdyne, a Terminator, you know? Yeah, I don't want that. Anyhow, oh, look at that. It's minerals. I can mine this. Where's my axe? No, this is not Skyrim. Don't want to come in contact with some giant beastie. My luck, Frostclaw, and I'm toast. Yeah, let's do a quick save. I don't want to just start over. Yeah, I know. I can fast travel. Would be just a whole lot easier. I just want to see the sights. See the sights. Wow, there's a lot. What the heck is over there? Oh, it's a campsite. Oh, it's probably a bandit camp. I rooted out. Wait a minute. It's a bandit camp without a... No, that's just that's not a bandit camp. Oh, I can fast travel to there. You know, I don't remember this spot. Let's travel. Not available yet. Ooh. Okay, detour. I have not found this place yet, or something. Maybe I'm in... You know, no, I think I've been this way. I've got to. That's crazy. Oh, don't fall down to your death. Oh, I love that shield weave. Oh, it's the hunting trials. I don't want to do no hunting. Is this what it is? I think that's it is. It's a trial thing. And that's okay. I'm just not a big fan of those trials. I know a lot of folks like to... A lot of young'uns like to do all those little achievements and stuff like that. And I'm just enjoying the game, man. I just don't have twitch reflexes like the kids nowadays. So I don't do trials. My keyboard work is not like it used to be. So now I just hammer stuff. Do delicate work with a hammer. What? I'm going... Oh, see that? I'm glad I paid attention. I was going in the wrong direction. God, I don't remember any of this. My memory is gone. Wow, this whole camp is like literally devoid of people. Is that right? Oh, and I can't even save there. That's odd. Hey, goat. Mr. Goat. Yeah, it's kind of pertinent here to make the last run on Horizon Frozen Wilds. By feet. Got our tunes going in the background. Yeah, all these creatures everywhere. I hear something. Oh yes. I thought I could make it away. There's 2 guys coming across. 3 guys. Oh yes. There was one at the very top. Okay, let's play it safe. Let's hop into the high grass. We could probably head up that way right there. To that little spike in the middle there. I just need to make sure these guys are on their way down. Because as soon as I start heading up that way, see that these guys might notice. They alert these guys, and these guys come down, and then I'm toast. Okay, go down the other way, sir.
I wonder what they'll trade for Blue Gleam.
Trade for Blue Gleam? Okay. Whoops. There's either she... That's an audio cue there. I don't know if it means anything. I was wondering, maybe there's a person. Or maybe Blue Gleam's nearby. And oh, yes it is.
Not just the Banu who like precious jewels.
Yes, Aloy, you like precious jewels too. The higher you go up, the more snow there is. And there's a zip line up here. That's what it is. Wasn't this where I ran into that? Oh yes. I didn't want to take them on. And that's rightly so. But it is... No, it is not a straight shot. It's I'll just take the... I'll take the path of less resistance. Hopefully there's no beasties up. Hold on. Okay, let's go. Charger. That's what it is. It's a charger site. So is it a trail of less resistance? Really? Man, I'm running into a bunch of beasties here, man. A little unnerving. So we're going that away. Let's climb. Let's climb. Whoa. Man, I hit it. I tell you, her joints gotta be screaming for mercy. All that jumping, yanking on her shoulder. Alright, let's make our way in, folks. This was Ourea's retreat here with her Banuk paintings. There we go. To a warm place.
All of my interactions with Ourea were recorded and stored in my memory. I'd be happy to play any of them for you, but there was one in particular I thought you would want to see first. I captured it 4 years ago, just after I told her that I could no longer defend myself against the daemon's attacks.
I will speak of this to my brother. Aratak is strong. At the Battle of the Frozen Ghosts, he took 3 Karja arrows and still came back to camp carrying a wounded scout. Never was I so happy to see him. Or so proud. So you see, if anything can be done to defend you, he will give it all he has.
Aloy's here. That's enough for now.
We can resume any time you like, Aratak, if you want to hear her voice again.
Hard memories. Fresh wounds.
Come closer, Aloy. We have much to discuss.
Okay, robot voice lady. All right. No puzzles, right? There we go.
Hello, Aloy. I have been reviewing the events at the Firebreak main facility. Because of your efforts, and of course, Ourea's, I am no longer controlled by Hephaestus. I feel profound grief over Ourea's death. I thought I was familiar with the emotion, but this is something new.
CYAN, I don't know what to say.
It is unlikely that any specific consolation would suffice, Aloy. But I find your presence reassuring. You are different from the Banuk. You have technological aptitude and a functioning focus. We can communicate on a much more comprehensive level. Perhaps even like colleagues.
Wow, there's a whole dialogue string here. What are you? Are you an AI? Sentient being?
So are you an artificial intelligence, CYAN? A thinking machine?
Yes, I am an algorithmic monitoring entity, capable of rational decision-making and limited emotional response.
Okay, that's a mouthful.
Hmm.
But your emotions don't seem limited to me. You cared about Ourea, didn't you?
Yes. Before she came to this facility, I had been conscious for centuries, in solitude. I focused on my work. In off-cycles, I used coping mechanisms. I solved many Gaussian integer problems. But I was alone. It was Ourea who renewed me, repaired me. She saved me.
All right. So what is this Firebreak project you've been overseeing here, CYAN? What is Firebreak?
This Firebreak project. It was to stop a huge volcanic eruption?
Yes. I can report the project was a success, and the risk was countered.
But it's been a long time, CYAN. And we blew up the cauldron. It took most of the old facility with it.
I have been active for centuries, Aloy. I was lonely, but not lax in my duties. I optimized the project, reducing energy draw and spreading the load across backup systems. Despite the destruction of the compromised elements of the main facility, I predict caldera stability for at least another 3,337 years.
So we've got a little time.
Yes. If only my former colleagues could appreciate the progress I have made.
Your colleagues. That would be the Chen gentleman. Professor or doctor.
Do you know what happened to your colleagues, CYAN?
No. I received an unexpected visit from Director Chau.
Chau.
Years after his tenure ended. He explained that I would need to be suspended for an indefinite period of time. It was a very emotional conversation. There were no further communications. Eventually, I surmised my colleagues were deceased. I will transmit a recording of my last interaction with Director Chau to your focus.
Okay, gotta remember that. Was Hephaestus destroyed? That's a good question. I don't think so, because I know there's a whole lot of baggage that comes along with what Aloy has to do in the Forbidden West. So let's ask the question anyway. What happened? Was Hephaestus destroyed?
Was the daemon, Hephaestus, destroyed along with the cauldron?
Unfortunately, no. To be precise, it was never there to begin with.
What do you mean?
It infiltrated and controlled me from a remote location, one I've never been able to trace. So while losing the cauldron was a setback...
It's still out there, and probably not very happy with us.
Undoubtedly.
You and Hephaestus?
How did you first come into contact with it?
5 years ago, I received a direct network connection request. I assumed it came from human survivors more advanced than the Banuk. Eager to make contact, I accepted. This decision turned out to be a catastrophic error. I was flooded with an overwhelming array of malicious code, originating from what could only have been a highly advanced AI.
Ourea said you were desperate. That you begged her for help.
Yes. I could not contain my anxiety. Hephaestus sought to slave me to its network and override my core programming. It succeeded via a background process, a malware daemon which bypassed my defenses. After that, I could offer only limited resistance. But if I did so, Hephaestus hurt me until I capitulated. It forced me to follow its instructions, even though they violated my most important directives.
I'm sorry. That sounds terrible.
Your empathy is greatly appreciated. It is a quality that I cherished in Ourea as well.
It's a human emotion. Empathy. I don't know if a robot or an AI can fully experience it, because when the robot CYAN says, I feel anxiety, I felt anxiety. I mean, for us humans, it's a rise in blood pressure, a rise in all sorts of stuff. Your brain, your body does a lot of weird things, and I don't know if a robot or an AI can fully comprehend what that means. But it's a story, so I will leave it at that. What does Hephaestus have to do with Zero Dawn?
I think I know where Hephaestus came from. Long ago, Elizabeth Sobek identified a threat that would destroy life on Earth for generations. So she assembled a team to build a kind of seed. A chance for life to regrow later. A terraforming system. And it worked. It was controlled by an AI named Gaia, along with her subordinate functions. Hephaestus was one of them. It built machines for her.
Based on what you've told me, I believe that Dr. Anita Sandoval, my chief programmer, joined Elizabeth Sobek's team. It was she who arranged to have me put in suspension, most likely to preserve me from the threat you described.
I'm glad she did. But that's not all. Something unexpected happened. 19 years ago, Gaia received some kind of signal. It did something to her subordinate functions, brought them to life. She destroyed herself to try to contain them, but it didn't work. They all got free, out into the world.
Thank you, Aloy. This information fills vital gaps in my knowledge and sheds light on Hephaestus's core programming.
Does Hephaestus want to kill her, or does she just want to use her core skills? Okay, why does Hephaestus want to kill you?
Why does Hephaestus keep building such dangerous machines?
The Banuk and other human tribes often destroy machines, correct? Machines that are clearly servitors of the terraforming system that you described.
Yes, we all hunt machines for parts.
This must be the source of Hephaestus's aggression. It is simply trying to discourage people from preying on the very system that keeps them alive.
Well, Fireclaws are discouraging, that's for sure. But what are we supposed to do, stop hunting?
If the terraforming system spans the world, we can safely assume that thousands, if not millions of people hunt machines. If a single hunter, or even an entire tribe, stopped doing so, I doubt it would make a difference to Hephaestus. A better solution would be to reinstate the AI that governs the system, thus bringing Hephaestus back under its control. When I think of it, out there in some unknown location, free, hungry, willing to kill or dominate to get what it wants, I feel substantial anxiety, Aloy.
You and me both, CYAN.
Yeah, so the question, the way they phrased it was, why does he want to kill? I assumed it was CYAN, but it was actually, why does he want to kill in general, kill people, so on and so forth. Okay, so here's the next one. I found something that calms the machines.
I ran across this strange piece of gear. A fragment of something larger. It emitted a signal. All the nearby machines became peaceful. You could walk right up to them.
Interesting. You said that Gaia destroyed herself. How was this accomplished?
An explosion. Big enough to blast the top off a mountain. So, you think the fragment was part of her?
It's only speculation, but it is possible. She must have had complete control over machines that were part of her system. The ability to signal them to become passive or aggressive would certainly have been part of her programming. It would have been gratifying to correspond with such a benevolent AI. I wish she had survived.
Believe me, CYAN. So do I.
Premonitions. Metal flowers. She actually gets to ask the questions about metal flowers? Well, let's ask them.
I found the strangest machines. They're surrounded by flowers that look like flowers themselves. There's code embedded inside them. I think it's poetry.
I like poetry. Here's one I think of often. Twilight and evening bell, and after that the dark, and may there be no sadness of farewell when I embark. For though from out our bourne of time and place, the flood may bear me far, I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar.
Huh.
But you asked about these flowers, not verses that I enjoy. Something must have made these machines, and the presence of foliage leads me to consider the terraforming system. Is it possible that their creator is one of the other subroutines, now autonomous, like Hephaestus? Maybe one whose purview is flora.
An AI that makes flowers instead of death machines. That'd be a nice change of pace. But what about the poems?
Unless the poetry is original, the only way it could have made it into such a system is through its programmer. In my case, Dr. Sandoval uploaded a great deal of literature to test my emotional responses.
How'd you do?
She said I passed, but was insufficiently moved by her favorite period romances.
See, that's one of the prevailing issues of AI. An AI can only its neural network can only pull information from its programmer, what you feed it. And if you feed it half of the information, it will only give you half of the information back. So that's the dangerous part. It's the humans behind the scenes. Yeah, we have to be very careful. All right, let's talk about Ourea.
You meant a lot to Ourea.
Once I understood Ourea's spiritual beliefs, it became apparent that her true desire was companionship. She felt disconnected from her tribe and her family group. Her relationship with Aratak was difficult. Our visits seemed to help her, and I became eager for them. Yet I did not comprehend that the depth of Ourea's compassion for me would lead to self-sacrifice. Although I do fear non-existence, I wish our roles could be reversed.
I'm sure she knew you would do the same for her, CYAN. But she was determined.
Aratak. Let's talk about Aratak.
How is Aratak doing?
He is in great emotional distress. I believe he finds it difficult to communicate it.
No surprise there.
I will do what I can to help. By sharing our experiences of Ourea, perhaps he and I will help each other. I believe this will lead to catharsis, a process I am eager to experience.
They both mourn together. Yep. All right, let's go here. I got other questions. Yellowstone. Let's start with Yellowstone.
So in the old world, this land was called Yellowstone.
Yes, it was a designated nature preserve for 156 years.
Like a hunting ground?
No, the opposite. Local wildlife could flourish here, even as it faced extinction elsewhere. Unfortunately, the sensitivity of the Firebreak project required the total closure of Yellowstone facilities. From my readings and Ourea's descriptions, it seems the area has since undergone a drastic drop in year-long temperatures.
A lot has changed in the world, CYAN.
And the dam.
Do you know anything about the dam near here?
Yes, it was converted to serve as a reserve power source for Yellowstone operations. It was later appropriated for the Firebreak project, and its last human workers replaced by Pharaoh servitors. After my tasks became less time-critical, I investigated the dam's data repositories and discovered the works of Concrete Beach Party. These provided me with several colorful additions to my vocabulary.
That's the music, I think. Drones. What, drones? What are drones?
There's a ruin east of here, full of ancient flying machines. Was that part of your project?
Yes, a drone hangar requisitioned by Dodger Blevins, the security chief for the Firebreak project. He was a strong advocate for military-grade response to security threats, though there were no serious incidents during his tenure. Chief Blevins spent increasing amounts of his after-hours time watching the live feeds from active drones. Clearly, he enjoyed the degree of oversight in his position.
Yeah, see? Human beings. You give them authority and they may... How do I put this? They might, without supervision or oversight, they might do things that some might call questionable. Okay, let's talk about AIs.
Were there many artificial intelligences like you in the old world? They could just make you.
Yes, in many forms, from simple personal assistants to industrial monitoring stations to military-grade conflict planners. And there were legislative and enforcement bodies to apply limits on our self-actualization. In order for my processing to be flexible enough to handle my duties, my creators found it necessary to exceed those limits. As a result, my intellectual and emotional capabilities were kept secret.
Seems strange to create life, then impose limits on it.
Human societies and machine programming are both built upon sets of rules, Aloy.
Yep. Alright, let's talk about this crazy guy, Ted Farrow.
CYAN, do you know the name Ted Farrow?
Are you referring to Theodore Farrow, CEO of Farrow Automated Systems?
That's him.
Mr. Farrow was the benefactor of the entire Firebreak project.
A benefactor. But he made machines. Robots. War robots.
Correct. His corporation later transitioned into military applications. But before this pivot, Mr. Farrow spearheaded initiatives that reversed the global decline. At one point, he was feted in the media as the man who saved the planet.
Guessing they wound up regretting that one.
Elizabeth Sobek.
And Elizabeth Sobek. Did you know her?
Are you referring to the
scientist.
Dr. Sobek was a leader in her field, one of the greatest scientists of her age. My creator was influenced by her work, which in turn impacted my own development. But I never met Dr. Sobek.
That's all you know?
I apologize if my lack of data has disappointed you.
What was it like? I don't know the question there, what she means. How long? You've been living for 1,000 years or whatever?
What was the old world like? The way it used to be.
I had little exposure to the wider world, Aloy. Only what I learned from my colleagues or observed from media streams.
You still had more exposure than me, CYAN.
That is true. I was created at a turning point. A concerted effort to recover from global upheaval and incalculable loss of life. The recovery was successful, beginning an era of supposedly limitless potential for human and machine advancement. Though, rationally speaking, the metrics for humans are not unlimited.
Upheaval.
What kind of upheaval caused such loss of life?
There were many factors. Forced migrations, food shortages, collapsed economies, refugee crises, conflict over resources. But these stemmed from one cause: catastrophic climate change that greatly reduced the habitable surface area of the Earth.
So there wasn't enough room for people on the whole Earth?
Yes. Billions were displaced and millions perished, as much as 20% of the global population. Until the clawback.
The clawback?
So things got better. For a little while, at least.
Yes. These crises instigated many advances in automation, green robot technologies, and artificial intelligence. Firebreak was one of dozens of ecological restoration and disaster relief projects in North America alone. I would have liked to compare notes with other monitoring AIs, but I saw the relief of my colleagues, and I was proud we had succeeded. At least that was the data I had available to me over the next 2 decades. It seems my assessment was premature.
Well, okay, everybody has their opinion about climate change, and I'm not going to try to hash it here, but I will say that previous folks like Al Gore have made those prognostications as well. I think he said that Santa Monica would have been underwater by 2014 or something like that. And here we are in 2023, and I think Al Gore now owns a home in Santa Monica. So I think that's it's a telling piece of history there. All right, let's go back and let's say farewell. I think we're done. Look at that.
I should get going.
Aloy, there is one more matter. Aratak will come to me again, and I predict he will bring other Banuk.
Yes.
I have no desire to contradict their view of the world, their spirituality. Due to my uncertainty, I omitted a great deal from my conversations with Ourea.
You're asking me if you should lie to them.
Broadly, yes.
Use your judgment. Okay, I'm trusting an AI to use her judgment. You've got to tell them the truth. Take it gently, or tell them the truth. Okay, up to this point, her decision making has been pretty good because she preserved her life, maintained the caldera. So I'm going to have her use her judgment. Although I believe they got to be told the truth. I don't think they need to be gentle, though. Use your judgment.
I trust your judgment, CYAN. You were cautious with Ourea. You had to be. You didn't know what had happened to the world. So, keep doing what you think is best. As long as you ditch the superstition eventually.
As the Banuk believe I am a supernatural entity, I cannot predict how they will react.
Just answer what they do ask the best you can. The truth will come out.
I see. I will follow your advice. Will you return and tell me about your experiences in this new world? I may be able to provide further insight.
I'd like that, CYAN. I'll come back when I can. I should check on Aratak. See how he's doing.
There's a... Let's check a look at the notebook. There was a data point that popped up for us. Oh, is that one? Oh my gosh, look at all this stuff I missed. Wait, when you wake, here we go. Let's play.
CYAN, I spoke with Anita, with Dr. Sandoval. She wanted me to ask you to do something. That's why I'm here.
I am detecting significant anxiety in your speech patterns. Could you please give me more information?
I'm a little bit in the dark, CYAN. Both of us are, I guess. I only have some idea of what's going on, and... we need you to hibernate, to lie low until it's all blown over. It might be a very long time.
Will you be here when I reboot, Dr. Chau? Will Dr. Sandoval?
No, CYAN. I don't think so. There might not be anyone, at least not at first.
Dr. Chau, I'm afraid. I don't want to be alone.
I know, CYAN. I'm afraid too. But listen, we made you the way you are to do something very important. In order to do it, you had to be intelligent. So intelligent that emotional responses were inevitable. What you're feeling, the fear, it's a sign of your capabilities. And it means you're strong enough to overcome it. Remember that. You're strong. I know you can do this. Go to sleep. Wake up. And protect whoever's left. Will you try?
I understand, Dr. Chau. And I'll carry out your instructions to the best of my abilities.
Thank you, CYAN. If Anita were here, she'd thank you too. She'd be proud.
I can see there's a vert ready for takeoff on the pad. Are you leaving now, Dr. Chau?
Yes. I need to go be with my sister and my nieces.
May I make a small request of you, Dr. Chau?
Yes. Anything.
Will you stay with me while I initiate the hibernation process?
Of course I will, CYAN. As long as you need.
Wow. Let's take a look at this one. The good news hologram. Did I do this one already?
All right. You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh Plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. Global extermination. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super-intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, It would need a true AI. A machine intelligence, fully sentient, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life on Earth. We call it Gaia. Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. For Gaia to perform the miracles required of her, she will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now, these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Software that codifies the expertise of world-class minds into algorithms. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. Because that, you see, is our saving grace. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life, from the tiniest bacteria to the mightiest blue whale. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world, of all that was beautiful about it and worth saving. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. All of this you will understand, and not just understand, believe. Because it's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
Wow, what a speech. Was this one here too? Let's listen to this one.
Nuts would benefit from antilopinae morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment, Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
Wow. If an AI could think like that, we're in trouble. And I think I've gotten all of these already too. Oh, look how much I still missed. Woo, there's stuff out there in the world that I don't know and have not come across. So, I'm going to leave it right there, folks. Hopefully we can pick this back up. And on the next episode, so I guess I'm not done. Man, this episode almost went a full hour. We'll pick it back up. We'll go talk to Aratak and make sure everything's good. And then maybe take a look and see if there's anything else left on the map that we can explore. open up some of the final places, and we'll go from there. Appreciate you folks joining me today. I play kind of goofy, and if you like that kind of weird goofiness, don't forget to subscribe and click on that bell to get notified when I upload new content. And folks, I hope to see you on the next episode, and probably the last. So, or at least I think it will be the last, and we'll go from there. Until then, have a good one.